9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from American Legion Post 61, Lee's back with us, and of course the American Legion Post Auxiliary, Jenn, with us as well. Good morning.
Where does strawberry milk come from, Mike?
Pink cows.
Pink cow.
Pink cows.
That's a very good answer.
Of course.
And he's right there with it, too.
Although, if I don't think kids will get this reference, but if you watch Looney Tunes back in the day, there's a few cartoons where they were avoiding the pink elephants. If you remember those, remember that was you remember it was always like the Looney Tunes, and it was like when the guy would get drunk, and he would see the pink elephants
and
under
the bubbles.
Yeah. It was code for saying this guy's on the sauce. That's what we just didn't know at the time.
Right.
Now that you explained it, now I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched
So this was a drunk cow.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I watched a lot of those cartoons growing up, and then I watched them a little older just because I'm, nostalgia. And I'm
Sure.
like, oh my goodness. Totally different context now.
Yeah. It's like we grew up fine. What are you worried about?
Yeah. Because when you're little, you don't get the innuendos.
Yeah.
It's like I was talking to my wife last night about Song of the South, and I didn't realize what she was doing. But of course, she's Googling it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You're not going to find.
See, and the only thing I know is out of it's a song by I think Alabama or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently.
Oh, is that the one they were talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Zippity doo dah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's you can go down that. You could if you're looking for stuff, you can find wherever you want.
Oh, yeah.
To fit your narrative if you did look for it hard enough. But
I mean,
anyway.
you want to watch something to get offended with, go watch Gone with the Wind. I mean,
There you
come
go.
on.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a lot of landmines in that
You
one.
know, it's funny. It's funny. One of my liner jokes is a Gone with the Wind reference.
Oh, really?
And it's actually the line is the first time a flushing toilet appeared in a movie was in the movie Psycho. And
Really?
Mike Winters thought it was Gone with the Wind. And the joke there is there wasn't flushing toilets during the time period of Gone with the Wind.
Right.
So it'd be funny to see that. But I actually had someone say, are you going to change that because it says Gone with the Wind? I was like, well, if you're that triggered by it, then maybe the problem's you, not me.
Could be.
But anyway, of course, American Legion Post 61. I do want to talk a little bit about Sunday first.
Okay.
We had, for folks that did attend, we didn't have a lot to come out, but the ones that did, I think, came away with a great ceremony and a great understanding of what that day's about. But on Sunday, American Legion Post 61 had our annual Four Chaplain ceremony.
Yes, we did.
At First United Methodist Church. Big thank you to the church, as always. They're kind enough to provide a home for us and some nice digs there to do a great. I think, to be honest, I think that chapel adds to the ambiance of that ceremony.
really does,
So,
yeah.
so it's a big thank you to them for that, to allow us to do that. But if you missed it, you're going to have to put it on your calendars for next year. Go familiarize with the story. Go. You can type in Four Chaplains or Dorchester. USAT Dorchester online, and you'll find the story, and you can read it for yourself. But I think you should come out and hear the ceremony, see it, and do it. But your thoughts on that? Were you guys pretty happy with the ceremony and everything?
Yeah, I mean, considering the practice run through was kind of a fiasco, but when
It
we
finally came together at the end.
but when we actually did the ceremony, I thought it came off just fine.
I'm not an actor or a thespian or any of that kind of stuff. I have none of those skill sets. However, I've been around enough of those to know that if we had a good practice, I think we would be nervous. Like generally, the abomination is practice, and if it goes too good in practice, that means it's going to be the abomination when it happens. You know what I mean? It's like
Okay.
it's a one of the. I think I don't know if it's just a like break a leg, nervous energy or something, but if the practice goes too good, that makes you nervous for the actual show.
Well, and I actually appreciate the addition that the auxiliary put in this time, so they built in a little delay from your reading to when we started doing the readings for the Four Chaplains, because the saga of the Four Chaplains is, the one that kind of takes your breath away.
Well, it's because that's the story that puts you, the listener, into that scenario where people are doing the unthinkable for another human being, and that's a powerful message. And I think a lot of people probably sit when they hear that, they're, some of us probably think, would would I be able to do what those people did if I were in those same shoes? I think a lot of people have that thought process going through their head. And then the others is you're going to die, and you literally take off your gloves and life jacket to hand it to someone else so they can live. I mean,
It doesn't get much more altruistic.
how can you
than that.
not be affected by hearing or seeing that act? I would say you're not human if you
Yeah.
if you don't.
Well, and a friend of mine attended for the first time, and he's from the other post. He said he had never heard the story before. And he says that was just a very moving story. And I'm like, this is the first time you ever heard it? And he says, yeah.
Which is a bit surprising because he's got some time in the American Legion. And
Well, he does, but we just don't do the four chaplains. And
okay, I thought maybe that was kind of a
Mexico or
more
something.
celebrated story across the board.
It is. Thousands of posts do it, but I mean,
I think it's maybe
apparently in New Mexico they have never done this before, and then we've done it 2 years in a row now. And
we're not used to talking about water in New Mexico. Maybe that's
That
what it
could
is.
be
You know,
part of it,
we're a landlocked state, and you're like, oceans. What are these things you speak of?
perhaps
Perhaps, yes.
I don't know, but all I know is it went off really well again
did.
this year.
Yeah, it's a great ceremony, and that's why I highly encourage people to come out. So if you missed it this year, please, we'll give you the 2-minute warnings and tell everybody when it comes up. But mark February of it'll be a Sunday in February next year. We try to avoid unfortunately the true date that we should be doing
Super Bowl Sunday
always seems to fall on Super Bowl Sunday, and
There's no competing with that.
yeah, that's
So-
exactly.
So we have to move it to a different day.
But for 2021, it did take place this past weekend. Now, if you're thinking, I feel unfortunate I missed that, we are preparing for April, our Gold Star Mother celebration. But before that happens, we need some stuff here. We've got we'd like to find our Gold Star Mother to honor.
Well,
Gold Star
family.
A family,
yeah.
Gold Star family to honor here. So we need help there first. If there is a Gold Star family listening that would like to be a part of this, I understand if you don't want to. I mean, we get it. It's whatever you feel comfortable with here. But we as American Legion Post would like to honor your family during our April Gold Star Mother celebration month and really talk about and Angel Mays, who was our first mother, Gold Star mom that we honored last April. September, sorry. She time and me is just not. But I think she understood why it was needed to done. She obviously that brings up a lot of emotions for her and her family that they've been probably dealing with and healing or coping with, and sometimes rehashing that stuff's not exactly front of mind for many people. I get it, I understand it, but she understood. It's like no, she really took this on as a challenge to make sure her son's name doesn't go in vain, and by doing so, it's raising awareness for his story and for what happened to him, and her family and what they've gone through, and giving that story a platform so others that are going through that same scenario or know of people going through that same scenario can understand it a little better. And so that is our goal on this. We want to honor the family and celebrate your loved one's sacrifice, but it is also an education and understanding and why obviously younger folks, they probably see old Norman Rockwell paintings and see blue stars and gold stars in front of homes and may kind of know what that means but not fully understand what that means, and we need to educate as Americans. These are the things you should know as an American. And if you want to be a part of this country and things, these are the types of things that should be common knowledge to every American and understand what sacrifices that family has made and perhaps reach out and help out in ways that you can do that. But that's what this ceremony is about. So if there is a Gold Star family, you don't feel comfortable doing this, I understand. But if you do, we're asking for your service because I in a sort of a way, we're asking for you to help us give back here a little bit, and we need you to do that. But give us a call, reach out to us, Facebook, phone, whatever way you feel comfortable coming out. Reach out to us and talk to us. We'd love to have you work with us in planning our April Gold Star celebration.
Indeed. And it is a remembrance and a celebration of life as much as it is educational and a tribute to those that have sacrificed so much for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Lee, did I say anything out of step there? Is that pretty much on point?
No, you pretty much covered it. I was thinking, boy, what am I doing here?
I know.
You got it all down pat.
Well, you got to also crowbar because I'm also radio by nature, so I hear dead air and I start talking. So please just crowbar in anytime you need.
Well, if you would like to get in contact with us for the Gold Star or any other information, you can reach us at the website, which is roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
And the phone number is 575-268-0220.
Oh, 268.
Yes.
I don't call it very often.
Or you
Never call your
you
own.
can get it at roswellala.org too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the auxiliaries website.
Yes. And roswelllegion.org as well, right? That'll take us to your website. Did I get it all right? Sometimes I forget there's an NM in there. It's roswelllegion.org.
Yeah. That's,
No, the NM is on the other.
Yeah.
Got it.
Post 61 is Roswell.
As a NM Legion Post61.org, but it's the same place.
Yes, it'll get you there. So if you don't
Right.
remember all the extras, roswelllegion.org, it'll get you right where you need.
Depends on whether or not you want the snow or not.
Ah,
Yeah.
See, roswelllegion.org, there's aliens and snow, but if you type it in as NM Legion Post61.org, it's strictly business.
I did not know that because I've always gone to the Roswell Legion link and just thought they were one and the same. Did not know that.
Well, they are one
You
and
know
the
what I mean,
same. The only difference is
Snow and aliens or no snow
if
and
you
aliens.
come in with
I didn't know the visuals.
roswelllegion.org,
Yeah.
I test for that, and if you came in that way, then you get the snow and the alien.
No,
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I like snow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take it off here pretty soon.
Yeah, because
Theoretically, spring is coming.
Well, after Puxatonic Phil, Puxton Phil?
Puxatawny Phil, you got it.
Puxatonic Phil. I mean, we're gonna have to wait a little bit.
Well, he was right.
Yeah.
He
Of
nailed
course
it.
he was.
He nailed it.
Yep.
And at the time, the East Coast was going through a nor'easter, if I remember, right around Feb 2nd. I think they had a nor'easter going on right there. And I think it was 80 here at that time. And we were all like, that Phil boy, he done blew it this year. And then last week happened.
Yeah. Last week happened. Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
He's been doing it a while. He knows what he's doing.
Prognosticator of all prognosticators and
Right?
all that spiel they throw out every year.
It's
I
fun.
mean, he's probably the Nostradamus of the gopher world or whatever it is.
All
do
I know
you
is
think
that
Nostradamus people were telling him, you're the Puxatawny Phil of prognostication?
Yeah, probably.
could be. Yeah.
Maybe it's just another nickname he has.
Right. Nostradamus, or you can call me Phil short.
You know what? I'm haunted by Nostradamus. This is not related to anything we're talking about, but I was of an age where I was a kid when the Orson Welles documentary about Nostradamus came out.
Really?
And so every time I hear Nostradamus all I hear is in the voice of Orson Welles talking to him, which he's got a very haunting voice anyway. And so when I think Nostradamus, I think Orson Welles every time, just because of that documentary with his voice. So, which I wouldn't watch that now because
I can't remember the guy's name, but he used to do Dirty Jobs.
Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe. I think he'd be a much better Nostradamus, I think.
Probably. Well, they need to update that because
Either that or Sam Elliott. One of the two.
you can't go wrong with Sam Elliott.
Well, yeah.
I mean, now, but my problem was now he's talking about Nostradamus, and I'm like, what's for dinner? Beef. What are we drinking? Coors. I mean, that's
Well, if we're drinking Coors, we might as well be drinking water.
well, that's what Sam Elliott promotes, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the voiceover for. Well, he's not Beef anymore. He used to be the Beef. Remember the Beef?
Yeah.
that was him.
I remember that.
Now he's doing Coors Banquet beer. That's his, and I think there's a life insurance or one of those he's doing too. So
Yep.
I hear him pop up.
I haven't been really tracking the celebrity of.
Well, the only one, it's Sam Elliott's one of the
Sam
ones I
Elliott.
just, and funny you mentioned Sam Elliott. I just saw a meme on Facebook yesterday, and it was Sam Elliott related, and it was Sam Elliott.
So you're the only one left on Facebook?
I guess so. I guess I am. Well, someone's sharing this, so I read theirs. But
Okay.
But it literally had 4 images of Sam Elliott from 4 decades, like one from back in Roadhouse, than like one from
He looks the
Big
same.
Lebowski. That was the point. And it was like 4 decades of Sam Elliott, and he looked exactly the same.
He ages well.
The mustache was a little bit longer or shorter, but other than that, it was the same. So,
Yep.
The dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to
dude,
talk
yeah.
about the dude.
yeah. So, one thing I do want to mention is we're always looking for new members.
Yes, we
if
are.
you'd like to be a part of American Legion, American Legion Post 61 has multiple, actually, avenues to be a part. You can be as a member of the post. If you are the service member that served, you can be a part of the auxiliary if you're a spouse of.
Or female lineage.
Yeah, or female lineage of, or spouse of. And by say spouse, so if your wife is the veteran, you as a husband are eligible to be in the auxiliary.
Yes, you
And
are.
we do have males in our, we have male in our,
Yes. We have one gentleman.
Sorry, Van.
We have someone that has joined us.
and then we also have a third branch of the American Legion Post, the sons. And these, if your father served
Or grandfather.
you as the son in the family are eligible to be a member of the Sons of the American Legion.
Very true.
Yeah. What's probably the best way to just come to a meeting, Lee? Is if after he's interested, come to our next meeting? Is that probably
Yeah, and the next
the easiest
one's
way?
going to be, I think it's the 4th. Yeah, next week.
Try March is next week. So
I
next
know.
Thursday is the first Thursday of
Well,
March, isn't it?
It's a week, a week and a day from today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, this time's quick.
Yep.
So come out to our meeting next Thursday. It will be 6 p.m. We'll let you know more. Are we going to be at the chamber or are we going to be at the First United?
No, the chamber flaked out on us. We're going to be over at
First United. Okay. So we'll be back at our First United Methodist Church home next Thursday. Come out at 6 p.m. for the meeting if you'd love to come and sit and listen. And if you really have been antsy and you're like at the house, I can't wait till 6. We're there at like 5 doing our executive meeting. So if you want to pop in and say hi, we're not going to, you're going to be sitting and listening, but
Yeah,
you're
it'd
more
probably be a
welcome.
little boring, but, that's okay.
But I get it. If you're eagerly anticipating, like, oh, I can't wait to get there, come on down. I'm sitting at the house waiting. Come on down.
Right.
So, but we're just looking for folks to be a part of it. And Vinny, and
if you're crafty, almost every Thursday we do something with fabric.
Mhm.
So
And I know nothing about sewing. I have no idea how to sew. But it's still fun to hang out with all the members and have dinner together. And
yeah,
I
that's every
can
Thursday.
trace out
pretty
patterns
much
and cuts. and,
most Thursdays. We don't do it on meeting night,
right. 'Cause that-
but
yeah.
but
Other
they do
things
do it on Sons meeting night. The Sons just join a little bit later, but
Yeah.
it's mostly fellowship. But as you may or may not know, we're in the mask making business, and we do patriotic face coverings and stuff, and that involves everybody. That's not just the females. The guys are in there cutting and
Pasting.
drawing and all that stuff
Tracing,
too.
yeah.
So
Sure.
it is a group effort.
Excellent, and that's every Thursday.
Almost every.
Almost every Thursday. But again, if you'd like to be a part of that, come out to our first meeting next Thursday and then learn more, and then you'll come back next week and we'll do some sewing and what have you. I know you guys are constantly working on projects too, not just the masks, but I know they were talking about some other future projects, maybe some steering wheel covers.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe going back to the pot holders and some other
I
useful.
don't think we're going back to the pothole.
No, those.
Yeah, maybe not.
But other useful fabric-related
I think
craft
we're going to
projects.
do murals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Quilts
we have a
and
couple
things
of what
like
they
that.
call quilting panels, which is basically a really pretty picture on fabric.
Okay.
And then you make a quilt or lap covering or something out of it.
Gotcha.
And we're working on
Okay.
those. There's some really nice patriotic and military-based panels. That we did.
Nice. Very cool. So, and then of course, if you're one of these crafty type folks and you want to join and
Please come help us.
bring maybe you got ideas too. It's like, I got an idea, we can make these relatively
Kate, we
easy.
need you.
Yeah. I
For
mean,
sure.
that's the more the merrier kind of thing.
It is.
But it really, this American Legion Post 61 was formed with service being the main pillar of it, to give back to the community, work with the community, and throughout, since the post has started, been doing that in various ways, some big, some little, but it's always something going on, whether it's just buying a turkey for a family or
We bought a few turkeys.
yeah, collecting or planning a veteran celebration or something in between. That's what this post is all about. But it's also about the fellowship and the camaraderie and things like that too. So it's a social organization, but it's a service organization first and foremost. So, but very much social is very much a part of that. So, if you love to come out and just meet some people and hang out, if you're looking, and I always mention that because veterans are a weird group, and we're not always the ones that are the most forthcoming and
speak for
outward.
yourself. I'm not weird.
Put it this way: if you think you're not the weird guy in the room, you're the weird guy in the room. Yeah, that's generally me.
I'm leaving that one alone.
And if I'm not in that room and Lee's there, it's Lee. I know.
I can get abused on any radio station. Why do I come?
But no, in all seriousness, veterans aren't, we're not always forthcoming and things like that. So this is.
Oh, I'm very forthcoming.
Well, on certain things. No, but you know what I mean. I mean, I think this is people that chew some dirt with you, same kind of, maybe not the same experiences, but people that veterans sometimes making friends and things. You got, it's different. And it's a navigational thing.
We don't sit around telling war stories.
No. It's not about that. But
we have fun things to do.
But sometimes it's a mindset thing, especially in this day and age, and everyone's kind of this way and that. And you're like, something that you say and it's just been a staple isn't always, but, American Legion, Post, they kind of get what's, what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people with the same walks of life that you shared. And there's some commonality there. So come and be a part of it. So looking for some people hanging out.
I haven't quite got it up on the website, but we've got 2 scholarships we're going to be giving away here, probably by the end of the, what do you call it? The
quarter?
Well, there's a word for it. The scholastic
I don't know.
term? Is that?
That sounds good. Term. We'll go with term.
Yeah.
Term feels official.
So I haven't quite got it up there. I had an emergency last night. I had to go help a spouse of a veteran and help her save her from having to drive all the way to Denver. So.
Yeah. She's having technical difficulties.
Well, good news is she's back in business. But
Yes.
yeah, we'll have more information. So
Soon,
excuse me, for
very
high school.
soon.
Excuse me, hiccups. High school.
Well,
senior.
it can be high school, or we might even do someone that's already beyond high school.
College.
We didn't want
already
to.
in college.
Yeah, we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves.
Well,
but
this is kind of our first going of
foray.
This, foray into this thing. So the first time but if you're interested, if you're going to college,
I put in a call to Eastern New Mexico State University, and they never called me back. I was surprised. I talked to their financial department, or I left a message for them, but they never called me back.
Okay. Well, guess another call is in order.
Guess so.
Poke them again. Yep.
But if you're interested, learn more. Be monitoring our website, the RoswellLegion.org or the Roswell NM, whatever way you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pick one. RoswellLegion.org,
There we go.
575-268-0220.
Perfect. So go there, and then we'll have updates here in the coming weeks on applications and criteria and all that good stuff.
Or you can email me at commander@roswelllegion.org, or, if you want to be more generic, just do post@roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, just send us an email.
And we also have our Facebook as well, American Legion Post 61.
Yeah, I
on
don't
Facebook.
do anything with that.
But if you're a Facebooker and you put a message there, someone will see it. And
That's Mark's
we're
realm.
good. But it's another
Which
way.
I'm surprised you haven't called me Mark yet. So.
Would you
See,
like
now
me?
you've done
No.
it.
I've been really working hard on paying more attention.
Have you been?
I have. I don't succeed.
Sure.
Well, I haven't done it yet.
See there?
I call it success.
Yep.
Man, it's like my wife in here twice. Yelling at me. Nothing yet, but give it time.
Never even know she was here till she said that. She's hiding in the corner over there.
Hey, there's shrapnel. I'm throwing it elsewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, and Jen's going to jump on it and protect us all.
What am I? Oh.
She's like, I'm not jumping on no
No, what you
landmines. What are you
talking
talking about?
I was just thinking about scholarships and the next project we have for March and what we're doing next.
Fragmentation grenades?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
But if you'd love to be a part of our post, please come out. Our next meeting is Thursday of next week,
Right.
6 p.m. at the First United Methodist Church there. We meet there the first Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. And come out and be a part of it. Listen, see if this is a good fit for you. And if so, we got some more stuff for you to do here. And of course, if you want to transfer, maybe you were in a Legion, maybe you're coming in from out of state or whatever, and you were in Legion and you want to get back
We
into
just
Legion.
took on a member down in Artesia.
Awesome. So if you're in the area and you want to get back into Legion, maybe you're new to the area, or maybe you served in the Legion years ago and you kind of got out for whatever reason, want to get back in, come stop by, come say hi.
Yeah.
We're looking for a few
Can't
good
hurt.
individuals. Yeah.
And we're
And hey, you might be able to contribute something.
usually you will find us at the Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply
On Saturdays. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
but for
we're
right
not gonna
now
be
they're
there.
doing their chick days, so
Ah.
we're giving them back their space
Okay.
for a little while.
So when
and
the
then-
chick days are done, you guys will be back in there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably in March.
yeah, we'll have some new masks.
That's
we'll
next
have,
week.
Yeah, we'll have some new masks. We've got, of course, the patriotic ones for the military branches, but we've also got some poppy masks and others for the ladies.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
branching out a little bit
Yeah.
so that we can
Given-
cover all our bases.
Sure.
Give us some
I know
options.
because, like you said, some people that didn't serve don't feel comfortable wearing
Right.
a branch,
service
a service
mask.
branch. But if you need mind eased on that, if you got family members that served in that branch and that's why you're proud, there is nothing wrong with you wearing that mask.
Right.
It's not like a uniform. It's not like stolen valor, like you're running around
No.
saying you're in the
No.
military. It's just showing, saying, hey,
Saying
I'm
I support someone
Yeah.
who was a veteran.
I'm an Army family, or I'm a Navy family, or an Air Force, whatever.
Even if you're National Guard, I mean, just because it
Absolutely.
doesn't say National Guard, you're still sponsored by the military.
That's
Right.
true. Well, those I don't know. When I was in Air Force Basic, the Air National Guard people were in Basic with me. They went to the exact same basic I did. Not National Guard, but Air National Guard. And,
Right.
they went to. Now granted, afterwards, I went on to tech school and they start whatever a little bit, but they go home and then I get off to a duty assignment. That was the different there.
Yeah.
but
Yep.
but yeah, those.
Well, and the way they get away with that is the fact that the legal definition of a veteran is 180 continuous days, and
Of
boot camp
active
is
service?
of, well, it has to do which title you're serving
Oh,
under,
okay.
but basic training is active duty, but it's only 8 weeks, I think, for
Depending on the
most.
branch, yeah.
I think they're all 8 weeks now.
Now, because Air Force was 6 when
It
I went
used to
through.
be 6,
And I think Army at one point was 12, wasn't it? Or,
That was
or Marines?
Marines.
I think
Marines
it was
are-
Marines,
Yeah.
but they're different.
Yeah.
But my point is, it doesn't quite qualify as 6 months.
Okay.
So if basic training took 6 months, then by the legal definition, you'd have to have a DD 214 and then go to the National Guard.
Right.
But since it's under 180 continuous days, it was just training, and then they release you back to the States.
And they really do pay attention to those kind of things.
They do.
I remember, being over in Europe and everything, and I was like, oh, got this time for I'm hit 180, and sure enough, orders come just short of that 180. You're going back home, son. Like, dang you.
Yeah.
Well, I think what upset me was the end of my Air Force career. You're not supposed to be able to get orders within 30 days of your exiting active duty, and I was TDY up to like the last day.
Wow. That's unusual.
No, well,
I mean, depending on
It
the
was what I
circumstances.
did.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, there were only
Yeah.
5 of you to do it, so.
yeah, there was only 5 of us in the whole world, and one was on emergency leave, and the other one broke their arm, and all
So
kinds of.
you were kind of it.
Nah.
So you had to have one on the main duty, one in QA, one on the ground, and
Hmm.
there just wasn't enough of us to go around, and
I get that.
they drugged me back in.
Yeah, it is. But I was.
But it's a real pain when you're trying to move,
I would imagine.
Yes, it
and
is.
suddenly you're not there to,
I can
basically
imagine.
do the move.
And especially if you have to do a move like a friend of mine, when he retired from the Air Force, he retired in Washington, and but he's going back to North Carolina. So, when you got that move,
that's quite a ways.
Yeah.
Well, the day I stepped off the plane was the last day I had the apartment. So,
See, it was literally.
Yeah. Quick, pack everything up and go, huh?
Yeah,
I had to do everything in 6 hours.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Actually, my wife helped me move out. We were dating at the time, and
Well, that was nice of you.
and we rented. We rented. We didn't rent. We
Kim's
borrowed.
always nice. I don't know why she's so nice to you.
She must think I'm pretty cool or something. I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I know your wife.
But yeah, she. We borrowed my father-in-law's SUV and loaded up all my stuff and drove it to Roswell from Alamogordo. That was. I remember that day. It was kind of weird leaving the base, going, I'm not gonna come back.
At
have
least
to
it
come
was
back
less
here,
than
yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, it was a short trip, fortunately, but that is weird. The last time you leave the base and you're like, oh, from this point forward, I just can't roll on in here no more.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
would
my
imagine that is
father
strange.
came to visit me when I was at Offutt, and he didn't want to come on the base.
Oh, really?
And I said, well, why is that? He says, because I'm afraid somebody's going to hit me over the head and throw me in a truck. I said, are you kidding me?
Take you back in, huh?
That's oddly specific.
Well, he was in Korea, so.
Yeah.
No, but it was weird. He didn't want to come on the base.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically had to force him.
Sure.
So.
Well, I get that. I mean, I can understand if it re-inspires some memories and thoughts that he didn't want to go down anymore. I
Yeah,
could
but
see
he
that.
may have been in the Air Force, but he wasn't in the real Air Force as far as I was
Oh, okay.
concerned,
So you-
because he was an air traffic controller. Those people are a different animal too.
I would say that at one point that was like one of the most stressful jobs in the country, wasn't it? Was air traffic?
I don't
probably
think
still
it's
is.
changed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's one of the.
My grandfather did that.
Yeah, he was one, and he was Army Air Corps, right? World War II.
Yeah, because it wasn't Air Force yet.
Yeah, he was Army Air Corps in World War II. He was
stationed at
he was-
Love Field in Dallas.
but didn't he also work in a air traffic control tower out in Europe too, or something? In the European theater, I thought
I don't
y'all
know
did something.
specifically where, but I know during World War II he was up in the tower dodging the German planes. I mean,
Okay, so yeah,
but
he
they
was
were-
probably there in Germany, one of those towers, or Germany, Europe, somewhere, doing all that stuff. So, but anyway, that's pretty cool, I mean, but yeah, I air traffic control people are
I couldn't do it. There's no way. I'd panic.
Well, and he was old school too. I mean, that was back when you had to keep the whole thing in your head.
yeah.
Now they have computers and stuff like that. They just didn't have, because even in the modern era of computers, they were 15 years behind.
That would
That
make
makes
things
sense.
more complicated.
We gotta go, but I gotta quit. It's not related to nothing, but my favorite movie scene of air traffic controlling of all time was the movie Hot Shots. Have you ever seen that
I
movie?
think I've seen that one.
Oh my
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, it's so dumb and bad. But John Cryer plays a character in there who's Walleye, and he's got this condition called walleye vision where he can't see very well. He's got these big Coke bottle glasses. Well, he's a pilot,
Oh,
a Navy
goodness.
aviator,
Oh,
and he
no.
can't see, and he's like runway 30. So they ground him, and
Yeah.
so they get to the point where they're going on the big mission at the end. And all of a sudden, they're flying to their mission. You hear Wally over their head speaker or through their earpiece. Hi, boys. I'm with you in spirit. Wally here. I'm gonna be your eyes in the sky, and he's in the air traffic control running radar.
Oh no. Oh no.
And the part that makes me laugh so hard is he's sitting there. He goes, "All right, ooh, we got a bogey. One bogey coming in from the north." Ah, shoo! And he sneezes and gets snot all over the screen. And he goes, "Oh my goodness!" And now 30 more just showed up in a big blimp slowly moving south. And I
Oh, my
cried so hard
goodness.
laughing at that because he sneezed all over the radar. And now all of a sudden an armada of stuff showed up.
Meanwhile,
Wow.
back in Roswell,
I laugh so hard every time I watch that scene.
That's funny.
See, these are the kinds of things that you can expect
That's right.
sometimes
That's right.
when you join us.
I feel like we've been jammed like in Spaceballs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Lone Star.
Yeah. Keep firing. Can't you finish the rest of that one on the radio? But anyway,
No.
again, if folks have any questions about the American Legion stuff, not about the hot shot stuff, but
And certainly not about being jammed.
Yeah, in jam, nothing about that. Please visit our website or call us, roswelllegion.org.
Wow, you got it right.
You
Yes.
did, yes. And 575-268-0220.
Awesome.
Hey, and I got that right. Look at
She
that.
nailed it. And come join us next Thursday at First Night Methodist Church, 6 p.m. Will be meeting time. If you
Be
like.
there, be square.
That's right. Come on out. Well, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I said ladies and gentlemen. I was going to say thank you, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate the visit here. And we'll see you.
Sorry, Vance.
Yeah, fellas, if your spouse is a veteran, come give Vance some company. Give him
Help
something.
him out.
Yeah. So at the meetings when they, he can get
He
some.
is a welcome
He
member.
doesn't want to feel lonely.
Right.
Well, I think he wants a little more testosterone in the room with him. That's all. I think just a
We
smidge.
welcome all veterans and all family members of veterans.
The guy wants somebody to talk sports with. Come on.
Right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.